Hello, 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 hello. Okay, just I'm pasting the link in the Discord. After that, we will start the stream. Hi, bro. How are you? How's Hello, man. Welcome to the stream. So, hey, everyone. Today is my day 27 of my C++ DSA journey. In today's stream, we will revisit some old problems, and after that, we will try some new problems and try to solve through it. And yeah, at the same time, I will give words to my thought process that what I'm thinking. Okay. And yeah, after starting the stream, viewer came. Uh, like the stream is just started, man. Bro. Hello. I would say that it was not that good. Really? Yeah. No, not sad. It's something like, maybe it's some type of stress because there were some documents. There are some issues going on related to college, some documents related issue. So it will be fixed soon. Yeah, I had just taken a bath, like just around 30 minutes ago. Maybe that's why I'm looking like this. What about you? How was your day? What about you, man? Which college? Yeah, Chandigarh University. Uh, you came very early today. My day was good. That's good. Okay, so your day was good. Like, have you learned something new today? Like, or got something to like? Do you want to share something? Which LeetCode problem are we going to solve today? Today it was not much decided like which problem I will be choosing. But today there will be two new problems that I will solve. Before that, I will revisit one problem. Okay, like today I will not pick like only hard problem. I will maybe pick a problem for this from this list. Okay, This list is a list where when I will be running out of the time, okay, like the stream gets stressed or I don't have time. So I will use it today only for one question, or maybe the second question I will pick it from this list in which there are good questions. Because today okay. From where are you learning, like taking the lectures? What's your source of learning? Is it Striver or someone else? Chat GPT. Okay, that's some good thing. But the chat when we do a lot of chat, the chat becomes so long that when we try to open it again and again, it takes so much time, right? Or have you divided the chats like according to the topics? Have you done that? Yeah, nowadays, yes, this is yeah. It becomes very risky also. Like at the same time, if the chat not opens, then you have to uh, get in a new chat, and that becomes very irritating. You know what I'm doing in the side, like using ChatGPT for a different type of problems or the concept which I don't know. I pick those problems and give my logic for that. Like there is a problem in the list. Uh, Let me show you this problem. Like I even don't know what to do in this problem, but I have tracked down the intuition behind it and the logic which will be used in this. There will be an greedy algorithm used in this. Yeah, I'm cracking it down. Maybe I will do it. This is not from any lecture, but it's a good problem. I felt that, so I picked this problem, and yeah, trying to understand it with the help of ChatGPT. Oh man, he again came, man. Yeah, this is the real problem. Hello man, welcome to the stream, bro. Maybe I will use some words today that you guys will get confused, because from yesterday the stress is on, it's a little bit of peak, but I have decided not to turn off the stream or do something else. That's not just overthink. I will not do that. So here the guy came again. Did you learn the greedy algorithm? No, not right now. Just there was an algorithm like Kadans algorithm. People say that it is a type of greedy algorithm. So yeah, I know about that. I will say I'm on a basic level of that algorithm, because there are so many sub algorithms present in that. So because of that, and yeah, today I will end the stream very early today because I have to. There are some new lectures I have to complete, and they are very important lectures. Like there will be pointers, and yeah. After that, binary search. So today first I will revisit a problem. Okay. Problem name is third maximum number. Mm, 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 mm. I also yesterday didn't understood it fully, but today I will try to. So if this true, then we need to do. Okay. So here we are given an integer array of num. Should I start with the new problem today? First, I think I should start with a new problem. We can do the revisit in the last, maybe it will be good, I think. Okay, first I think I should start with a new problem clear. So because so it will be an easy problem clear. Even today I was not, in the not supposed to do the stream, but okay. Here given an integer n, uh, we have to return true if it's a power of 2, otherwise you have to return false. An integer n is a power of 2 if there exists an integer x such that n is equals to 2 to the power raised 2 raised to the power something. Okay. Here n is 1. So it is true because it is 2 to the power 0. And here in the example 2, n is equals to 16. So it's true because it is 2 to the power 16. So what we will do, we will divide the n by 2, okay, every time till it's become 0. If in the end, if it will not become 0, then we will return false. And there is a follow. Can we solve it without using loops or recursion, right? Bit manipulation. Hmm. Okay, let's see. N is given. We do 1.264. Let's see that problem that I. Bro, I think you need to solve it without variable. Solve it. Yeah. Yeah, just the mind is not working, man. Okay. So, should I start it directly with the if condition if n divided by 2 and taken modulo by 2 if it's giving 0? And there will be a while loop, right? Maybe, but it's said without loops. Let's see. It's a follow up, okay. I think we can use that, but that will just increase time complexity, maybe. But it will be accepted. So while n is more than 0. But what we can do is n divided by 2, it's if it's giving 0, then n divided by 2. Then we have to return true, right? Like, but if in the else case, we have to return false. But isn't it looking like very? It will not run, man. Yeah. Okay, we have to return true or false. So hmm, first it will leave false, else this is will be. Hmm. In that it's getting true. Hmm. We have to keep doing it like until it becomes zero, right? Then it will give true. And every time, okay, yeah, n is equals to n divided by 2, right? Output is giving false. In here it is giving false because it was 3, but in the case 2 it is giving true. Okay, it how to call bool variable in print function. Sorry, bool function. How to call bool variable. Are you asking from me like here we have written false and first we have written true here. And we can also, I think, create a variable that will be true in the starting, okay? And if it will not be, sorry, in the starting it will be false. And if it's not false, then it will return true. Print the condition is power of true. What I will write here. No, man, that's the function, man. Like, how we can do this? It's power of two. It's the type of function. We have to return true or false, right? You have to write n modulo two. Okay, okay. Check for. Oh, yeah, yeah. Here, right? I was thinking about that because when it will do this, then it will be even, right? Okay, it's now passing test case 2. Again, it flipped the condition. Uh, expected was false. It is giving true. No, man, no. You can see in case 2 it is passing. I think that was right because when we take modulo, then it will be even. Okay, right? When it will be 0, then it will be even. You're right. But in the else case, first it was returning false, but now it is not. It is returning true. Okay, what we can do instead of this, maybe if in the else if case, because yeah, in the else if case, if n modulo 2 is equals to okay is not uh, not equals to 0, then we will return false. Okay, wait. Boom is power 2 is equals to false in the starting. Okay. Boom is power 2 is equals to true. And we will, if I remove this, while. Okay. Let let n is equal to, so it is given. So after first iteration, it will return true. It will not check other cases. Correct solution check for odd and return false. If odd, and return true at the end. Okay, yeah, we can also do that. If it's um, not equals to 0, then we have to return false. Else if, okay, we can remove this. And in that case, we will return true. But there is an, there is an, I think, a logic error maybe. See, now it's passing the third case and failing the first two. Okay, so I think that condition will be somewhere in between, if in between the while loop. Okay. I think we don't need this while loop, right? What if I remove this, just, write this, because when it will be not equals to 0, it will be odd, and in the end, it will return true. Because when we will divide it even for the first time, if it will be an even value, then it will be equals to 0 in the first, like it will give 0 in the remainder. It's the function use the if. Oh, hmm. Now it's passing both other two cases and now failing the first case where n was 1. It is giving false when n was 1. Okay, so what we can do here, we can put if here another if condition, that if n modulo, mm, okay, if wait, if n is equals to 1 and n, no, n is equals to 1 and if n modulo with 2 is equals to, but it will be 2 to the power 0, right? Bro, but bro, 6 is even, but not power of 2. Okay. And if we got like bit manipulation, That's right, but let's see if it works. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, this will not be the condition. Mm, if n is this, then we have written false, true, false. Yeah, for n is, but 0 will be an index. I think, wait, bro. Mm, but there was something. If I, you can divide n by 2. But what about the like we are also taking modulo. Then what will happen to that? Where it's gone, man. Okay. And if n becomes 1, then it's power of 2. Bro, can you check for 0? It will be great. If n is okay. So you're saying if n taken modulo of 2, if it's equals to 1, then it will be a even value. Like if it, but here we are getting to like power of 2. I think we should maybe ask it from, wait, that's passing the first case where n was 1. The power of 2 will always give 1 at the end. And if we divide by 2 repeatedly, let's see uh, what you think. Where's my logic uh, in this problem? Just give me a hint. Don't give me a solution right now. The problem is the power of 2 on LeetCode. Okay. The code checks Once if n is odd or even, and then immediately returns true for any even number. That means okay, will all incorrectly return true even through okay. Yeah. Hint. Think about what happens after you divide by a true power of 2 should be keep dividing until you cleanly hit 1. The current logic stops too early. Yeah. I think you are the thing that you are telling about is what it was right. Was check even so code goes okay, but 12 is not since yeah incorrectly true. But this time is actually correct because okay, but you didn't actually verify the repeated division. You just assume any number. That key difference is that okay, maybe I should put it after this if condition and in the while loop while n becomes 0, right? So you are saying according to you, I should yeah imagine which power is this and then one. I should use a while loop and my and inside my if condition. I think I have placed n divided by 2 at wrong at wrong place. Yes, wrong branch, and it never. Yeah. That's why you could your code only checks one. Okay, yeah. The thing of a while loop. Yeah. Okay. So there will be a while loop. Okay. If n is more than 0, then it will run for that. And inside this, we don't have to put it inside the if condition. Okay, so that it can check. And maybe we can create a variable which will store the value every time it is getting divided. Okay. As long as it's even. The key is don't return to early. Place the even step where it can repeat until you hit one success or hit odd. So yes, a loop plus careful placement of which will fix the stopping too soon issue. Want me to uh, we don't have to return false or true in the starting. Because but it would have to give 0 in the model, right? Because then it will be considered a power of 2. Like, okay, yeah, you are right. Because when we will divide 2 with 2, then it will eventually become 1, right? Add edge case for 0. Edge case for 0. Okay, can't create it. What about no. Sorry, 1 and 0 if needed. Okay. So you are saying that 1 or 0, right? Like 1 or 0. Okay, let's see. while loop, else. The if block is empty. We wrote this, but that means odd numbers just slip through while returning false. Hey, think of it like inside the loop, you need to catch the odd case and stop immediately. Otherwise, keep dividing, and when the loop ends, you should check inside the if block what I have to do is check for odds. Yes, if block, if n is odd and not equals to 1, okay, okay. It can't be power of 2, return false right away. Like inside this, we have to check if n solution function is power of 2, line 23, char 1, error control reaches end of normal function. What's the problem? If n modulo bit 2, according to this, if it's saying and odd is not equals to 1. If n modulo 2 um, not equals to 1 and then more than 1, we have to return false immediately. But if odd return false, divide by 2 otherwise. Yeah, divide by 2 otherwise, and in the end, I think it will. We have to return true, right? But we have to return true in the end. Maybe we should not use more than. Okay, you're almost there, but syntax issue. You wrote is sitting after the division line, which makes the code invalid. The compiler won't. Yeah, okay, okay, okay. Odd inside you wrote another condition. That's contradictory and complete. Incomplete. More than one is not attached to a variable. What you really want is if n is odd and not equals to 1, return false. If n modulo with 2 is not equals to 0, but you need to handle the special case of 1 and place your returns properly. While n is more than 2, okay. While n is more than 0 and divided by 2, return n is equals to 2. where it's at. Is if n is less than equals to 0, it's automatically false. While n is more than 1, if n is odd, code by Krish, can you my code paste it here? If n is less than equals to 0, it's automatically false. Okay. While n is yeah, if n is less than equals to 0, it will return false. Or n is equals to n is more than 1. Okay. Is power of 2 int either n, while n is more than 0, n is equals to n divided by 2, return is equals to 2. Uh, why not ask it from Copilot? Now give me the code. It's been, okay, this will be the condition then. Yeah, because negative or 0 can't be power of 2, so it has immediately returned false, right? After that, it is checking while n is more than 1. If, okay, you're right. When it will be 1, then we have to return 0. When it exactly, yeah, land at 1, right? And here, while n is more than 1, then it will learn for that because when it will be less than 1, then it will be 0. It will be automatically false. So if n modulo with 2 not equals to 0, we have to return false. Odd number not equal to 1. Okay, while this is true, when it becomes false, if n modulo with 2 not equals to 0, then we have to return false. Otherwise, okay. Because inside this, that can happen inside this also. So in the end, we have to return 1. Okay, so which one to follow? If n is less than equals to 0, Then we will return false, right? While according to that condition, while n is more than 1, then we have to run this loop till that point, and if n modulo with 2 is, is not equals to 0, right? Not equals to 0, then we have to return false. If it's not equals to 0, then we will return false. But why did you use it like an modulo with 2 uh, not equals to 0? Modulo, okay, operator, it gives reminder. If n modulo 2 is equals to 0, it is the number is even, the number is odd. Okay, yeah. It will handle that case. And if it's not equals to 0, then we have to keep it dividing it. And then if this will be true, then we have to return. Sorry, n is equals to n divided by 2. In the end, we have returned true. So this proves this. Nothing. Okay. Okay, there will function will be closed. Before it, we have to return true. We finally solved that question. Hmm. Now what's happened? Okay, there was this thing is missing. Okay, we could have, I think, used this here also. That was not needed to be removed. Okay, it was expected inside this. Okay, fine. Even after it was an easy problem today, I again took a lot of time to solve even this type of problem. That is not good, I think. That's not good. And it took, I think it took a time, like good time to solve it. My speed of solving a problem has, I think, decreased. And yeah, it was a very easy level problem. I should have solved it using my brain. Sorry guys, if yeah, that may have felt boring, but today mind is not that much working, but yeah. So here what we are checking if a power like number is power of 2. If in the starting if n is already like less than or equals to 0, then we will return false. Okay, because a number can become a power of 2 when in the end it will give 1. Okay, because when we continuously divide a number by 2, like suppose when I open the calculator, suppose we took 8 and divided by 2 every time. Okay, in the end we will get 1. Okay, then it will be considered a power of 2. And suppose if number is okay, we can take 10, divide by 2 until it, see what happens. Okay, no, well, then it will be not good. We should take 14, but that will also give 7. What happened, man? What you guys are doing in the chat? Bro, it's check forward. So if it's just, okay, yeah. And then it will never give 1. So that's why. So here, if it will be less than equals to 0, like the value will be less than equals to 0, okay, then we will return false because I have already showed you when it will be a power of 2, then it will return 1 in the end. Okay. So here we have used the loop while n is more than 1. Okay. Because we have already checked if n is less than 1, then it will be written false. So we have to check while n is more than 1, okay, so that it will learn till that point. If n modulo with 2 not like not equals to 0, if n modulo with 2 not equals to 0, okay, like suppose we divide a number by 2, and if in the remainder it's not equals to 0, then we have to return false. Else we have to keep dividing until it gives the result 1. Okay, because when we will again try to run it, then it will fail and we will be out of the loop and we will return true. You know how this condition is working. When if it's not b equals like not equals to 0, then yeah, it will be odd value. And when it will be odd value, then we can keep checking for further n values, like it will be divided again and again, and because of that eventually it will be 1. Then we will return true. But how we are handling that case n is where n comes to 1. Let me explain. The loop runs this. That means n eventually becomes 1. The loop stops. After the loop, we return true because we exactly reach once. Yeah. Keep dividing until we reach 1. Odd number not equals to 1. Fail. Divide by 2. Return true. If we stop because n is equals to 1, success. will it not like not check when n will have become 1? Okay, it's naturally ended. Why this? That means as soon as n becomes 1, the loop stops. Okay. Because it is like saying it is when it will be more than 1, right? So when will be equals to 1, then it will stop. Okay. And we haven't said that we have to return false if it's equals to 1. Yeah. You have to return false if it's less than or equals to 0, right? That's how it's working. But I pass, bro, maybe your code gives error in some cases. But I paste the code in LeetCode and pass. Should I open your code, man? Let's see what you wrote in the code. JavaScript. Okay, you have written it in C. Is sum x is equals to 0, n is less than 0, return false. Okay. If n is equals to 0, return false. Instead of this, you can write it like if n is less than or equals to 0. In that case, you can return false. You don't have to use the else if condition here. And while n is not equals to 1, okay, you have used it here, but instead of that, you could have used like here what I have done while n is more than 1, okay, then you can use this condition. And while x will be equals to 0, then how it will return true, man? Like it will not be considered a power of 2 then, right? Because you are already returning true, false when it will be equals to 0. Haven't you think about that? And in that case, you are again returning false. And here, sum is equals to n divided by 2. And modulo 2, x is equals to sum plus, like, I think you use so many things in your code at a single time, right? And the problems and the language in which I think I'm okay. C is I think somewhat similar to C++. Yeah, this is this. Then while n is more than 1, okay, then it will run for that. And yeah, if it will be a odd value inside this, okay, when n will be more than 1, okay, it will naturally exclude that value that will be odd and more than yeah, n is equals to 1. N is an odd value, I know, but we have already excluded it using this condition. So, and I think we don't even need that sum variable and x variable, right? While n is okay. Inside this, we can use like a condition if n modulo with 2 is not equals to 0. Okay, we can directly return false from here, right? And if not, then we will keep dividing it until this point. Like if it will be false, then we have to return true. And the function will close, man. while. Okay. Fail to execute code. Okay, I think I did a mistake somewhere. -2. Where it's fail to execute code. I think maybe some syntax error is happening, right? Power of two integer and here give the pass the value here like 2. Printf. But why would you like print use a print like don't you think that it will be wrong? Can't we remove it? Hmm, what about this SQL? The version you okay. Actually, Spot script why it works. Okay, bitwise trick is this. Return tell me is my C code right? Yes. Okay. Our code is correct, but it's not running, right? What if I pick that code and but can I solve it using okay? You're talking about bit manipulation, right? And yeah, here it's showing AND gate, OR gate, XOR. Bool is power of two integer and return. Okay, we will return. I think in the starting it will be already false. So I just copy all of this. Okay, we also have to check the time complexity of this, right? Okay, suggested what this current approach is okay. Bit and simulation. Current complexity suggested. Okay, we have wrote it in log n complexity, but we could have done okay. Use this complexity. Use bitwise trick and ns for constant time solution. Okay, we will see that. I want to use this in LeetCode. Is there any syntax error? Okay. Yeah, there is. You accidentally set it as this. Okay. Hashtag include be at the top, not inside a function. Need for hashtag. Okay, standard bool. Okay, it will be before that, right? And this also standard library and the standard studio where it will be. We also have to include this, right? Include studio will be at the top. Bro, you are so funny. Yeah, yeah. Maybe you are no, and I feel that you came at the wrong time. Like yesterday you came and it was also not a good day, and today it is also not that good or not going that good. Maybe it is feeling. Maybe it seems like it's funny, but you know that's not the case. Okay, we have to use this include function and include directives must be at the top. Only one direct definition of power is powerful. Something is off here, right? Maybe the other guy is gone, I think. Only tutorial bro is here. Code brackish. Let's go in another problem. Oh, you guys are solving problems together. Okay, here's the corrected version. Duplicates. Okay, okay. Was a duplicate, man. Remove the spray. Okay. Keep kept hashtags at the top. Need. Okay. Standard library studio. Again, it's giving error, man. Okay, this way to use the not this. C. Okay, the code was right. Just after we did some changes, can we submit it like okay? It was C, but yeah, it's C language. Just the syntax is a little bit different. But yeah, I have added this as in my list of widget because I think that I have made some changes and I can use it as like say that okay, I have solved it using that code. Oh, okay. It is already been 1 hour since we are solving this easy problem. Bro, do you know about matrix manipulation? Okay, should I show you from where I like learn, like where from I'm taking lectures? I'm taking lectures from here, man. Okay, right? If I open this, like these are random problems that I'm picking, but they're in a limit. They're in a certain limit. Right now, I'm on this chapter like pointers. Then after that, binary cells, and because of that, was thinking to end the stream earlier today. You know, you are talking about matrix manipulation. I think it will start from this lecture 34. Matrix. After that, I think a recursion is starting. You can see. But right now, matrix manipulation using array, best users of array. Okay, you know about it. I think I'm just on a beginner level, right? You know about these things. Please give me a video in English. Like about what? Like, please give me a video in English about what topic? You know about what? Okay, you are saying you want the course, like something type of a course based on C. Oh man, I'm like, your English, like when you use English, the some words like I think I misinterpret some words. Maybe it's a little bit harder to understand some words that you use. Not hard to understand. I will say this. I think I interpret it in a wrong way. Okay, so first I think I should, wait, guys. I think I should take a break for a minute. Okay. So first new problem solved. Name was power of two, right? I think I should hydrate myself maybe because from the very morning I am talking a lot. I think because of that, yeah, there is also a continuous pain like in my throat, maybe because of the changing weather. Try to call out trying to solve the problem, right? It means okay. Okay, I will be back. Till then, you guys can see the code. Okay, let me open the code. Like we are using doing it in C++, so I will open that code. Okay, just wait. Instead of this, I think I can do like copy this just like this, so you guys will be able to see until the backends. You guys can see the code, how this code is working. I'm back. I'm back. Hello. 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 Okay, but I think that the problem I like added in the running list was power of two. Okay, right. But there was a somewhat similar problem. According, like it was similar to this. I have solved it before. After that, I thought to add it, but don't know why I was not able to solve even this type of problem. That's a thing of concern. Let me think about that. What was okay? Odd and even indices, right? Was that in that things? Okay. In this, we are checking for power of two, but the problems that I did solve was of like in those we were finding odd or even indices. It doesn't mattered like if it was power of two or not. If it divided by two, if it was giving like if it was giving uh yeah 0 divided by 2, then I think yeah it was a condition. Like we did solve like other type of problems, but inside that it wasn't asked to like check if it's power of 2 or power of 3 or power of 4. Okay, so I think because of that the I just took it as a similar problem, but that was not. Even if it's a easy problem, yeah, that's why when I was searching for the problem in the list, I didn't got it. Like I didn't found it. Okay, power of 3, power of 4, remove remove power of 2. I will just simply remove it from this list because we have already done it. Okay, the C code is here. Mm, okay, so I think the next problem that we should like solve will be this. But before that, I will first revisit that problem that we are going to revisit. Okay. After that, I will try this problem. Like name is power of 3. There will be some other conditions. Power of 4, there will be other conditions. So we will try and think about that and try to solve it. So this was the problem that we are going to solve, like revisit. But first, I will have to like check for the test cases that I'm thinking about. Like yesterday, I don't didn't even check for the test cases of this problem. Okay. And yeah, we also did it with another code, but in this code, the time complexity will be equals to big of n because we did use this code. And in the code that we used earlier, it was around big of n log n, right? Because there we use sorting. But in this case, we didn't use sorting, just this for loop. And inside this, we also used this function like this this function did like remove duplicates. Okay, so we will be using this. Brother, explain me the optimal solution. I am back again. Let's start with long means. So any real number will replace them. Use long avoids confusion with int minimum. Yeah. Loop through the array. Skip duplicates using continue. Continue means ignore the rest of the this loop iteration and move to the next element. Skip duplicates using if num size equals to first max or this is this, yeah, then it will not add uh, duplicate values, right? Means ignore the rest of this loop iteration and move to the next element. Yeah. If num if num is bigger than first max, shift on everything. Okay. If num is bigger than x max, then third max will become second, second will first, and first will be num. Okay, like the largest value will be stored in num. And after that, if num second max is okay is less than num, then like if num is not more than n first max, then we are checking for this second max. If second max is if less than num, then we will update third max is equals to second max is equals to num. And in the else if case, if num is more than third max, okay, and less than second max, or then we will do third max is equals to num, right? In the end, we will return if third max was never updated, fewer than three distinct numbers, then we have to return first max. Okay, first max inside that the largest maximum number is stored. Okay, otherwise we will return the third max variable, and third max will be the value. Okay, so if third max even in the end is equals to int minimum, right? Then we have to return the largest value found so far. If not, then we will return the third max number, which will be the least in the which will be the most small value in the three distinct distinct, right? Okay. Means we never found example 5 only one distinct value. In this case, we return first max, the largest value long means we successfully found example 2231. Here we return third max, which is the smallest among all three distinct. Yeah. So what we have to do in this problem? See, first I will try to understand this. Okay, like why we put and continue at the end. Why we put continue at the end and tell me, is it a function or something? And if it is a function, then why at the very end? Okay, it's not a function, it's a control statement. Continue means tell this loop, tells the loop skip the rest of the current iteration, jump straight into the next element. So if the condition before is true, the loop doesn't execute the later if else conditions block for that number. This checks if the number is already equal to one of the three max values. Okay. If yes, it's a duplicate. So we don't want to process it again. Okay, so we will have we will like filter the array, right? After that we will check. Continue, skip the rest of the loop for that number and move on to the next element. Because we want to filter out duplicates immediately, right? Before doing any comparisons. Yeah, he was right. If we didn't put it here, duplicates could mess up the shift in logic and overwrite values incorrectly. Example, if num is equals to first max, without continuing, the later conditions might still run and cause wrong. Okay, it's add a filter to remove values from array which are already equals to the variable. Yeah, I was thinking about this. So suppose in this what we have to do. Okay, there will be three distinct numbers. Like if there will be three distinct numbers present in the array. Okay, suppose this is a distinct number, this is different, this is different. Okay, then we have to return the least of them. Okay, like the least of them. And if there is not three different values present in the array, then we have to return the maximum value found so far. Okay, the first distinct maximum is 2, second distinct maximum is 1, and the third distinct maximum does not exist. So the maximum 2 is returned instead. Okay. And why we return it like in the int like int type, because here we have to return it in the int type function. Okay, because of that. And first we converted it into long data type because of that, because we also have to return it. So I will try to write the code again. Okay, long first max second max. We will go through that code again a little bit. Okay. And this will be the third max, right? Then what? Then we have to okay traverse through the array. Okay, like we can use a for each loop, so it will traverse the whole array, integer num, and we have to traverse the nums array. After this, we will use if condition, okay, to filter all the values. Like if any value is equals to any of the variables, okay, then we will remove that value so that we can check for further values. let me just see what. Okay, num is equals. Okay, yeah. We are checking for num's value. If it's equals to that first max, num is equal or it's equals to second max, or it's equals to mm, third max. Then we have to, like, we will use this statement. Okay, it's a control statement. Problem number. It was the problem that that we did solve yesterday, but took a lot of time. But today I'm just like revisiting it first. It's not a new problem. Yeah, just for trying to reinforce the code. Like, what was the logic of that? So we use this contain statement to filter all the values. If it's num is equals to this before checking for the further values. Okay, so now we will check if num is more than first max. Okay, this will be the first condition. Inside this there will be a code, and then there will be another if else if condition. If num is more than second max. Okay, and there will be another condition. If else if, okay, else if num is more than third max, where it will be. Okay, so there will be three conditions, and in the end we have to return. After this loop ends, we have to return. We have to return what? We have to return after checking the if else condition. If third max, okay. If third max is still int minimum, okay. If it's still equals to int minimum, we have to return. What we have to return? We have to return integer, like convert the value in integer first max. Okay, like, and if it's not equals to int minimum, then we have to return integer third max, like the third value, third max. Okay. Yeah. First I will add the code here. If num is equal more than third max. Okay. Okay. First max, then third max will become third max will be equals to. Okay. For easiness, what I will do, I will like change the order of this, so it will be easier to see the flow of logic. First max will be equals to num. Okay. Second max will be equals to first max, and third max will be equals to second max. Okay. Like the largest value will be in first max, the second largest value, the second distinct large value will be in second max, the third distinct largest value will be in the third max. Okay, then after that, here, like, if it's not more than first max, then it will be more than second max. Okay, then for that we can reinitialize second max is equals to num, and third max will be equals to second max. Okay, and in the end we are checking for the third max. If num is, suppose if it's even not more than second max, then it will be, maybe it will be more than third max, then we will reinitialize third max, like here. we will initialize it num, and then we are returning like this condition. If third max, okay, is still int minimum, then we have to return first max. Okay, means if still we haven't found the we haven't found three distinct values, okay, then we will return the maximum number that we have found so far, and the maximum number that we will have found so far will be stored in first max, okay, the largest value that we have found so far. And in this case, if third max is not equals to int minimum, okay, like then we will have found the three distinct values, then in that case we will return third max, means the least like the smallest value found so far. Like, okay, because there will be a third max, like the third distinct. C++ 40 problem solved. C1 problem solved for me only. Uh, okay, you are asking some. Yeah, the syntax is somewhat similar. Not that much difference, but just maybe there will be some differences in using the header files or other some syntax changes. Like after C++ came. Okay, the difference was not that much. If I show you, why C and C++ feels 90% same, because C++ was literally designed as an extension of C. Okay, that's why shared code syntax. A valid C program can often compile in C++ without compiler in C++ compiler. Okay, both rely on memory management, pointer arithmetic arrays, and low-level operations are identical in both. Okay, like yeah, there will be pointers. They are identical. Standard library overlap. C++ includes the C standard. This. So you can still use printf, scanf, except okay. We can also use these inside C++. Para Paradigm shift. C's procedure, okay, focuses on functions and procedures. Extra features. Cout scene. Okay, these are extra feature in C++. Like we can think of C as a foundation. It's saying like bricks and cement, and C++ as the house built on top of it, the wall, doors, and furnitures. Oops, STL templates are the new bricks. Are new, but the bricks underneath are still the same. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, so we were there. There was some kind of mistake. Okay, the mistake is in the naming of the variable. There is something wrong. Yeah, I was splitting this. If you are here, like why C and C are like very similar, I think. Couple of mistakes. updating the max values. Wrong shifting logic. Here overwriting everything with the same value. Okay, first we have to. Okay, so the order was required. Long, yeah, because it's a long data type we have used, so it will be long minimum. Here it's saying we should change the order of the code. I will try to understand it. But yesterday it said that it doesn't matter. The order doesn't matter. Second max is equals to return third max. Keep the continue filter to skip duplicates. Two small mistakes. Typo in initialization. Long. Return condition mismatch. You initialized with long. Okay. Okay, it's accepted, but I want to know about the things. But why we did change the order. Yesterday you said it doesn't matters. When a new number is bigger than first max, we need to push the old values down. If you update first max, first you will lose its old value. Before you can add it, move it into second max. That's why order must. Suppose first max 7, second max 5, third max, and new num is 10. Correct shifting is first we add, okay, 10. Okay, second max, okay, because that if we first add 10 in the first max, then it will store 10 in the second max, and third max is equal to second max, third max will become 10. Loss of 5. So result will be 10, 10, and 10. Okay. So if order will be opposite, then there will be same largest value will be stored in every distinct variable. Okay, result just correct order is this. First it will update third max. Okay. Then after that it will update second max with first max. Then first max is update will update with 10. Okay, that's why. So this was the code for it. I have wrote it. Actually, I have submitted it. Okay, we haven't submitted today, so I will submit it again. So it will be marked as revisited. Time complexity of this code was equals to big of n because it was the optimized approach for writing this code. And first we initialize three values with long minimum. Okay, long, why we use long? So that it can hold it can also cover like it can also control negative values because n can be numSci index value can be minus 2 to the power 31 to 2 to the power 31 minus 1. Okay, that's why we have done this. Use this data type because when you will try to do when you try to do factorial of big numbers or big positive numbers or big negative numbers, then it overflows and it not shows the correct value. Because of that, we are using this so that it can show correct values. Okay, so here we have run a for loop. Okay, and it will traverse the whole nums array, and after that we use this if condition. Okay, if if num value is equals to first max or second max or third max, then we have to continue. Okay, what does that mean? Like we will exclude those values first, which will be equals to first max or second or third max variable. Okay, because then it will be a duplicate. So we are checking for different values. So first we are checking if num is more than first max. Okay, then if it's equals to first max, then we will update third max first, so that we will add second max value inside that, and second max will be equals to first max. In the end, we are updating first max because if we directly, first we update the first max, then after that, when we will update second max, the largest value will be stored in second max. So we don't need that. So because of that, first we stored second max in third max, then second first max in second max, then first max is the largest value. Okay. After that, second max will become the second distinct value, and third max will be the third distinct value, like the least of them. And in this case, we are checking for if num is more than second max and is not more than first max, then we will do this. Just update the third max with second max. Like the second distinct value will go in the third max, and second max will become the num which is less than the largest value, that is first max. And in the else case, if num is more than third max and not more than second max or first max, then we will just update the third max because it will be the least smallest value, distinct value, smallest third distinct value that we have found so far. And in that, we are checking if third max is still long min. Okay, like if we haven't found the third distinct number, then in that case, if it's true, then we will return first max, means the largest value that we have found so far. Okay, like in this case, we have returned the largest value found so far because there were not three distinct values present in the array. And in the else case, if third max is not equals to long min, like if third max, if it will have a distinct value, like the least different distinct value, the third distinct value, then we will return third max. Means third max means the least distinct value that we have found so far, and it will be equals to 1 in this case. And yeah, and it will be considered that yeah, there were three distinct values present in the array. This is how this code is running. I will mark it as revisited. Name was okay, third maximum number, right? I think the explanation of this was good from compared to yesterday. And the break will be of just this time because we can do it. Now I will take another problem that will be a problem number second of today. And the time complexity of this was, I have already told you, it's equals to big of n because we just deduced for loop. I will pick any problem for the from the list. So I'm thinking about taking that problem. Like I also want to end stream. Like don't want to stretch it today a little bit. So yeah, because I have to complete the other lectures, which I have already shown you. Okay, it's here. The lectures are like pointers and binary search, and yeah, they're around two. They will take around 2 hours to complete. Because of that, I'm choosing this problem. First, I think we should like clean this things a little. Then we can do that. Mm, we have solved this also. We have okay, we can open it. My list. I would say the problem that we requested, the flow was smooth for it. Uh, Yesterday it got a little bit messed up because I think we were running out of time and also at the same time we were trying to solve it using two approaches. That's why it became a little bit messy. Stream running out of time. Power of three, okay. I think in that case it will give one, right? Yeah, if it will be a power of three, when we'll take module of that, then what about power of three problem? I'm going to solve that now. First, I will try the logic by cell. Then I will show you. Don't give me the code at that point. Okay. Okay. Think about it. How you handle it. Replace the base with three instead. The key is keep dividing by three until you reach one. Or this is or hit a number that's not divisible by three, right? Yeah. But the divisibility check changes. Okay. Uh, While n is more than one, right? In this case also it will be more than one. We are checking if n modulo with 3 is uh, is not equals to 0. Okay, if it's not equals to 0, then we will return false, right? And if not, then we will keep dividing it until it's 1, then we will return that. But yeah, if it will be 0, if it will be 0 or less than it, then in that case it will be false. But here in this case, okay, -1. So 0 and -1. So yeah, if n is less than or equals to 0, we have to return false immediately. And in that, and if it's this, then we have to return true. Expect, okay. After the statement, we have to do this. After the statement ends, false to continue. Warning. Okay, here again we reduce this in a wrong way. And yeah, n will be equals to n by 3, right? Okay, it's accepted. Instead of 2, just we did check it with 3. And yeah, it gave, when it will be 1, then it will be considered a power of 3. And we return true in the end. The condition is same, all the conditions are same, just here if modulo of 3 is not equals to 0, then we will return false. Okay. And yeah, it will handle the case in which n is equals to 1. Then we will return true because this loop will fail. Okay, condition is the same. Okay, that's good. I will submit it. But the bit manipulation code still remains to be solved with the bit. Okay, there were 21,000 test cases that it checked for. Okay, this is perfect. If correct. If, okay, catches negative and 0 until we reach 1. If not divisible by 3, we have to return false immediately. Shrink the number step by step. We have to shrinking the number every time we divide it. Check the model of it with 2. If the loop exits naturally, that means n is equals to 1. Then we return true. Okay. Approach in power of 2 bit many bit manipulation. Manipulation. Why it works? A power of 2 is binary, has exactly 1 bit set. 4. Okay. If n is more than 0 and then yeah, if it's more than 0 and then n minus 1. Okay. Okay, it is giving n and with n minus 1. Okay, like 1 is already excluded, and if it's equals to 0, then we will return. What's happening in the code? Like I did know about bitwise operators, but not that much detail. Just know about, just have you bitwise or okay. Power of 2 has exactly one binary set. one bit set in binary. Subtracting one flips all the bits after that single set bit. Example. Okay, yeah. When we will invert this, 0 will become 1, 1 will become 0. The AND operator. AND is bitwise AND. It compares each bit of numbers. 1 and 1 is equals to 1 and 0 is equals to 0. 0 and 1 0. Okay. So when you do n minus 1, if n is power of 2, result is 0. And if n is not a power of 2, then we okay, try run. How we have to read the code in like pseudo form, or how the how a part of a code is working or doing what. N is more than 0. First check the number must be positive because power of 2's are always positive. Okay. And second check, does n have only one bit set? Taken, subtract 1, flips all bits after the rightmost set bit. Do a bitwise AND if result is 0. That means n had only one bit set. If result is 0, that has okay. If it result is not 0, then n has multiple bit sets, not a. At the text of it. Okay, let's slow this down. The number must be positive because power of friends. Okay. Check if the number has only one bit set. N minus 1 flips all bits after the rightmost. Okay, after the rightmost set bit. Doing n and n minus 1 clears that bit. Okay. Like it removes that bit and check if the result is exactly 0, then n had only one bit set here. Like here we are checking if it is equals to 0, then yeah, it was having only one bit, that was 1. And if not, result is not 0, then n had more than one bit set, not a power of 2. Because the numbers in binary which have only one bit set, those are considered as power of like they have power of 2. They are the power of 2, so both conditions must be true at the same time, right? Right. And okay, this should be also same, and this should also be the same. Example n is positive. 16 and 15 is equals to only one bit set, both true, return true. 16 and 15. What's happening after and part, and we didn't have converted the well in binary form. And it means both conditions. Yeah. Second condition, does n have only one bit set? N and NS is a bitwise operation. You don't need to manually convert to binary. The computer already stores the n. The AND operator compares each bit of n and n minus 1. If the result is exactly 0, That means n only heads. If n is not positive, return false. Otherwise, check if n and n okay equals to 0. If n is positive, okay. But how many like if n is 16? Let's see. Return n and this is just normal comparison. If it checks, okay, it's meant positive, okay, this is right, but the whole thing returns false immediately. Just a guard clause. Logical ending. Oh yeah. So we have to understand the step 3. What this is the heart of the trick. Let me break it down and is bitwise and yeah. It compares each bit of two numbers. Rule 1 and 1. Rule 1 and 1 is equals to 1. Everything else is 0. N minus 1 subtracting 1 flips all bits after the rightmost set bit. Example, n is equals to 0. 16 binary 1 0 0 0 0. N minus 1 will become 15 binary 0 1 1. Here's the right set bit. If n had only one bit set like 16 8 4 2 1, the result becomes 0. If n had more than one bit set like 12, the result is non-zero. N is 16, n is this. N minus 1 will be this. So when we take the AND of both, different values will become 0. Same value will become 1, right? Okay, so using AND, different value. But wait, that was a condition. Or like, yeah, when the binary bits of both numbers were same, like both numbers were same, then we flip like the value comes down to 0. But when they were different, then we subtracted those values, right? Like they were different, then we flip the binary bits of them, right? One zero one is 0 0 1 0. If the values are 1 or 0, okay. If the values are different in n and n minus 1, then we will flip all the values to 0. After that, we are checking if all the values inside it is 0. All right. Yeah. Computer is not flipping all values to 0 in a manual sense. What's happening? Binary, every number is stored in binary. Yeah. Bitwise add. This compares each bit of n and 1. If both bits are 1, result is 1. Otherwise, the result is 0. So effectively, the right's most set bit in n gets cleared. If n had only one bit set, the result becomes 0. Example walkthrough n is 60, n minus 1 is 15, 0, 1, 1. N and n minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. How n and n minus 1 giving 0, 0, 0. In binary, 5 bits of for clarity. Binary form. Binary form of n. Take this set to binary form of n. Okay. Bitwise n. Now compare bit by bit. N and n. Result is 0. Result is all 0 because 0, 0 is 0. That's why. Power of 2 has only 1 in its binary form. Subtracting 1 flips all bits after that one. Zero, one, one. Take n is equals to 0 when it's not 0. Where it's not 0. Okay, rightmost. 0, 1, 0. 1, 0, 0, 0. 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. 10 bits. If n is power of 2 and 5 parts, the 1 only. Only 1, result 0. It's not getting in my well, okay, 1 0 binary and compare each column. That's why I think we should keep it till here. We will understand it later. So yeah, we solved this problem. Like this was the similar problem. Like it was power of 2 before, and now it's power of 3. So we solved it using the. I think it is brute force approach for this. So time complexity was big of n here. Okay, and we can reduce this to big of. Sorry, time complexity was log n here. See, time complexity is log n here. Okay, because we are not traversing an array or doing like operations, just checking. And then I think I should summarize the stream now or end it because today it's uh, the things are not aligned, and I have to like complete the backlog of the lectures that I have to watch. So yeah, like I was stuck in some college related issues, some admission related issues. So I will end it. So let's summarize it. So first what we did, first we revisited, no, first we solved a problem that's name was power of 2 and time complexity was equals to big of n. Okay, sorry, log n. And it could have been solved with another approach in which time complexity will be equals to big of 1, but we didn't done that. Like we didn't do that. And after that, I revisited this problem. Name was third maximum number. Okay, it was the first problem that we revisited. Time complexity came near to big of 1. Sorry, big of n. Okay, because we deduced for loop here. After that, I solved the second new problem of today. It was similar to power of 2. And yeah, we used the similar approach in that also, not use the optimized approach. Time complexity was again equals to log n. Okay, but yes, tomorrow we will try to write the code like of that bit manipulation code, and yeah, we'll revisit this with both of those two approaches. Okay, like with the normal approach and also the optimized approach, which will reduce the time complexity of both of these power of 2 and power of 3 problem uh, from big of log n to big of 1. Okay, means constant runtime complexity. So in total, we revisited one problem and solved two new problems. And also in Power of 2, I solved it, using C code. Like I wrote the code in C language also. Just there was some things that was needed to be added. So I added it. Let me show the code. Yeah, you can see it here. I tried it using C code and it was accepted. Like the syntax was, I will say around 95% similar. Just there were some header files that was needed to be included, and yeah, in the end, there was uh, there was syntax thing that was needed to be removed. Okay, like it was this. What's this called? They told me about this before. Like Copilot told me about this. Okay, I did mistakenly deleted that, man. It was this. Let's see. Okay, okay. The C version. Uh, it told me where was the mistake. And yeah, see, we have to remove the stray at the end. It said it is like named as stray. When we use this, uh, when we use this and this like semicolon, can you check my matrix multiplication code? Bro, I didn't have an even, learned about the matrix thing. Okay, we will check that tomorrow. Okay, fine. When I will be live again tomorrow, we will check for that. Because I was just going to end the stream and yeah, I have already summarized it. So what we did in today's stream, we registered one problem and solved two new problems. The first problem that registered was uh, third maximum number, time complexity was big of n, and the two new problems that we solved today. time complexity of those two were big of log n, and first problem was power of 2, second was power of 3. And we also wrote the code of power of 2 problem in C language also. It was not that much different from C++. Just there were some syntax changes, like very minimal syntax changes. We can say it around 5%, and some changes in header files. That was all for today's stream. Log. Yeah, I will log. You are talking about log function, right? But I don't know about that. I will check for that. But tomorrow we will be solving like both of these problems. We will revisit those using the bit manipulation approach, in which time complexity will be the best after using that. Okay, because it will come down to big of one, like constant time. It will run in constant time, and there will be no approach operations being performed on that. Okay, that was all for today's stream. So if you learned something, if you feel that you learned something from this stream, you can like the stream, and you can uh, you can consider subscribing to the channel if you feel that okay, I learned something from this channel or I'm getting some value. Then you can consider subscribing. I will not say that you should just directly subscribe to the channel. That like after I'm saying that you should subscribe, you should not subscribe immediately. If you feel that you learned something from that, then you can consider subscribing. And please do give reviews in the comment section also, like what things I should improve, what things need to be changed, or what things I should change in my explanation style, or should I change the uh, should I first do new problems, after that I should revisit old problems, or keep the approach same. I can try a new approach also. And and only subscribe to the channel if when you will feel that okay, I'm learning something from the channel. Bro, a XOR with n is equals to n, then log n is equals to x. Can you raise with me in type ratio? Can okay, we will do it tomorrow. Okay, right? In the tomorrow stream, you will come. You can then we can do that. Okay, today I have to end the stream because I have to also watch these complete these lectures, because these are some important lectures. And yeah, because there is a roadmap I am following. So okay, so this was all for today's stream. And okay, but but it will take time, right? What if we do it like tomorrow? Will it be fine? Okay. What I will have to do, like you will share me a link of the, or I should share the link. Come with me. Okay. I haven't created an account on that, so it will work, right? Come on, man. Come on. Do it. Do it fast. I give you the URL. Where? It's not showing, man. It's not showing in the live chat. Okay, give it. Paste the code. Paste the link. Okay, I have to go here. Like create. I will create a list check. Like you are asking the link from me. Okay. Now what I have to do? Like guest add entered. So should I start the race? And where we will have to like write the words. Like what will? Okay, could be you guess. But okay. But what I have to write? Like I don't know. Where are the things that we have to write? What we have to do in this? Can you tell me like what where I have to write like type where I have to type the words? Like I don't. Okay. And what after joining? Like after joining, just I will have to write random words in the message. Okay, I have joined. Okay, now it is showing. Now I should start right. Oh man. Uh, give a man a bank. He can write the word. I like it for seeing reading many people hate it because to me it means that power belong to the uh, people that take it. So where we are, okay, your typing speed is fast, right? Okay, you on. Hello man, welcome to the stream. Should I start it again? Cool. This will be the last time we'll be doing this. After that, I will end the stream. Oh man, the interface of it is looking like, you know, I think I should switch it into dark mode. You guys have already won. Can't we switch it into like a dark mode or something? Good play. Okay. No, he's not code with Krish. He's someone else. He's also in the Discord server. So I think I should end the race for today. Okay, we will do that tomorrow. Okay, fine. Because even I haven't finished the evening lunch yet, and I also have to do like dinner and okay. So thanks you all for joining. You can join Discord and yeah, these people are there also. You can consider joining it. I will recommend it. You can join the Discord server. Okay, it will be good. You can join the Discord server if you want. Like I will recommend it. I already gave a guess, man. Like Indonesia or Sri Lanka or Pakistan. How he will be able to tell that, man? Are both of you like you both are friends? Okay, okay. Second, I will forget to write this before. Okay, so I am now ending the stream. So yes. And yeah, don't forget to join the Discord, man. Okay, there you can share your daily progress, like what you are doing on a daily basis. And bye. So till then, what you have to do, you all have to just keep learning and keep exploring and